Hey, it's Kim and Alli, and it's our Illumination recap. Alli and I are wearing dark clothing for our funeral.
Well, I wear black all the time. Most of the time.
We're from New York, we like to wear black.
I like to wear black.
Spoiler alert! We got eliminated.
In case you didn't know.
If you haven't been watching the show, you don't know this. Not that we didn't know it was coming, but we're bummed. We're bummed that we have to bring you this news today. We're recapping for you guys this episode, episode 9, right?
Singapore.
Singapore.
Not for me.
I really like Singapore. I like Singapore. It's a super clean city.
I like bubblegum though, and you can't do that in Singapore.
I forgot about that.
That's why everything's so clean. You can't even like look to the left and they'll like cut you a ticket.
So we left Malta, was it Malta?
Yeah. Malta. Backstory, leaving Malta, we were standing on the pit stop and our countdown clock was going off, and a friend of mine that I used to do improv with back in New York, and I was like,
her face just like, I was like, what?
Brian?
Of all places.
Of all places, I didn't know it was on the map. I like to think that I'm pretty smart.
And of all places for you to run into somebody you know.
I didn't even know Malta existed, and then my friend is stumbling across at 3 in the morning drunk.
It was the middle of the night and we're leaving Malta, and we get to the travel agency, third, behind the surfers and the dentist. And time out, I just want to say, our hair looked amazing.
It was on point.
On point.
From the back to the middle and around again.
Checking into the new leg of the race, we're usually pretty, like, we got our, you know, our makeup did, our hair did, we got like cute outfit on. And then you see us get off the flight, what, 14 hours later, and we're like,
So we were looking pretty darn good in the travel agency. We walk in and we just say, give us the earliest arriving flight because duh, it's race.
Mr. Confident, he did not read his paper all the way and didn't realize that he could book a flight to somewhere other than France.
You have to take that one.
From Paris.
Oh, maybe not.
You want to go?
If you don't read your clue,
You don't know.
you make mistakes.
If you don't know, now you know. He was really bummed. He was so irritated that he turned to Bethany and blamed Bethany.
Thought you checked all this out. That's ridiculous.
I was like, why is he blaming Bethany?
It's a race, dude.
Like, yeah, it's a race.
He has nobody to blame but himself.
Every man for himself. It was hard for them to stomach, so they left, and we did our little victory dance.
Let's go. You don't want to stand out here and let them watch us agonize over it.
Oh, Dennis, we're arriving before you.
So then the food scientist walked in, and we decided to bring them along with us as insurance.
On the leg in Copenhagen, we took a flight by ourselves and we had a connection to Amsterdam, and it was so tight that we barely made the flight. We almost missed our connection, and so that would have been like suicide for us.
Would have been race suicide.
So we were like, we're not taking any more flights by ourselves, and they were there, and at this point, aside from, are you comfortable?
I'm good.
Aside from the leg where the sheep brought us in at 7th place, we'd been ahead of them the whole race, so we decided to take them along.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
We should try and get the girls on our flight with us, I think. Because if anything happens, we beat them every time.
We knew we could outrun them if need be, so we definitely wanted to have a team for security. We didn't want to be the only ones. Being the only team on a flight is kind of a dangerous place to be, because if for any reason that flight gets canceled, what up, girl cat? Any reason that flight gets canceled, or like something happens to that flight, or you miss it, or whatever, you're kind of screwed. So we decided to bring the food scientists along, and then for the wrestlers,
They just lucked out and walked in and were like, well, everybody else has probably already asked this. We'll just take what they got, whichever the earliest one is. So we'd already done work for the wrestlers.
shocker. The wrestlers don't do much for themselves. They've definitely like piggybacked on everybody.
Obviously, we're gonna go with the first player.
Who would not ask that at this point? And hopefully it's a cyclist. That would be awesome.
The 3 teams, we get off the airplane and we have to take a boat. And the boat is kind of expensive for just one team, so we team up together, 6 of us, and we strike a deal with the boat driver and we take the boat together. So no matter how fast we ran those 2 miles to the coconuts, and I know 2 miles isn't a long time, but it's far when you're wearing a backpack. And
I had laryngitis / bronchitis / God knows what was going on in my chest because I could not talk.
He's going for a morning jog.
Oh my God. I feel like Forrest Gump when he runs for like 3 years. I see a sign.
Alli was sick, Amy had a hip injury, we all had heavy backpacks, and Humidity was insane.
Like, it was like not only 95 degrees, but then the humidity was like 195% humidity.
It was intense.
I was like,
Despite like running in and running out and all that stuff, we were stuck together on the boats. So there was no lead or getting ahead of the other teams at that point. We did get the fast forward card, and Alli says,
I say we don't do it.
and I say,
We're gonna do it.
Alli and I are gonna do fast forward. We gotta try it. We gotta leave.
They're probably gonna say no to it because we're so far ahead.
the reason why we chose the fast forward. I knew about the U-turn coming up, and I wanted to stay in front and bypass the U-turn board. Secondly, we have studied
many of episodes.
and we've never seen a fast forward that we didn't think we could do.
Most of them have been like eating or like really dirty challenges, like getting your hands dirty.
No problem.
Just stuff that was like attainable, but it was very out of the ordinary that not your average person would want to do.
Yeah. We even asked somebody going into it, a local, and he said it's a restaurant bar known for its dance club.
At night, and they have apparently signature dishes during the day. And I was like, well, if a local says that, then sure. And we'd heard Wave House. I mean, Singapore's on the water. It could have just been the name of a restaurant. Just because it says Wave House doesn't mean it's gonna have a fake wave there. What is this, a Royal Caribbean cruise?
While we're in the cab, Alli borrows the cab driver's phone and we're doing some research, and that's when we realized it could have been a water sport. Still, I am unfazed because this one can crush some water sports. I'm a very strong swimmer and I'm pretty good with like a lot of physical activity. So I figured out whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
When I found out it was a water sport, I got really excited. And in the back of my mind, my gut was saying, play it safe. We knew there was a U-turn, so there was that obstacle as well. But I was like, we've been doing so well up until now, why don't we just go for it? And that's the whole reason I didn't say nope. I took a risk. You can't always play it safe.
You gotta take chances in life, and we had only gotten 2 first places and we really wanted another first place. So then it takes us an hour to get to the fast forward.
Traffic was insane. Finally got there.
Woo, we're surfing! Oh shit, Alli's right. If the surfers show up, I stripped down to my skivvies. I am straight up doing this challenge.
She was in her underwear. That was not a bathing suit, by the way.
That was not a
her
bathing suit.
Bra and her underwear.
And every time we crashed, every time we, that underwear went right in my butt.
I turned right into a thong.
Wave veggies. And Alli, waterproof mascara much?
I don't wear it. I still won't wear it. I don't care. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I was trying to surf a damn wave.
So we're doing pretty well. We had a few tries in and we were just about to get it simultaneously when...
Damn it! Damn it!
Oh yeah, we got this.
Okay, hon, you can do it.
Let's do this thing!
Worst case scenario.
That was not 40 minutes. We did not get to attempt that fast forward for 40 minutes.
Traffic in Singapore.
So maybe they got better traffic. Yeah,
They had like a ninja driver who knew like the ninja routes.
Hover car, I'm not sure. They gained on us, and so we had only about 20 minutes to work on surfing before they were suddenly there. And that's when I choked.
Nice and slow. Stay here, hold on. Keep holding on. We could... Let's do this, okay?
I'm like, right, this is the worst case scenario right here. They got 1 attempt and they didn't get it.
Yes!
We stuck around. That was my call. Why would we leave? We were 40 minutes away from the hotel.
It makes total sense for us to stick around and give it another shot. So we get up there, and this is basically like the nail-biting moment of the show, and this is not due to editing. It is legit the moment where we're like, we are going to make it or not.
We're gonna get it and we have to leave.
We were so close, and we were watching it, we were like, oh my god, we almost had it! We stayed to watch them.
And after about a minute, I was like, he's not falling, let's go.
He managed to get his footing.
At that point, I had a feeling that he was not gonna fall again, and I said, let's get our bags and get out of here.
Your fault, I just did it on purpose.
Don't you start to cry right now, like, keep it together. In the end, it's a team effort. I will take responsibility for the fact that I choked during the fast forward, but we made a group decision to do the fast forward.
I could have gone with my gut instinct and said, Kim, no, we're going to the hotel to do the detour. But I didn't. I chose to do the fast forward, and we chose to do it together. So
it was so hard to watch. So then we go about our business, finishing the whole race course. I go ahead and take the tightrope challenge.
I was so proud of her. She's scared of heights, and that was insane. That was crazy.
You gotta be kidding me. She's afraid of heights, but I think she can do it.
Oh my God, that was high up, but it was my fault we were in the back of the pack, so I wanted to blast through that for Alli. Good job, Kim!
Normally I like things really hard, but this is intense.
Oh, wow.
The cupping hurt. It sucked. End of story.
Why did we decide that? The crabs was like 10 minutes further away.
Oh my God.
And where I'm from in Texas, like I can crack a crab, a crawfish. I grew up on that food. But I knew it was further and we were literally just trying to gain every little second that we could.
I am out as a leader at this point. Alli gets to call all the shots.
I'll let you call it the shots because I called a bad one this morning.
Okay, so we had to search for the next clue amongst 4 various monuments. And we did not, this is unbeknownst to us, the wrestlers actually misled the scientists.
Yeah, that was insane. Brooke wanted us out and almost shot herself in the foot.
Yeah, A, they didn't U-turn us because I guess they knew about our mishap at the fast forward, but B, she obviously didn't think it through to mislead the scientists because that gave us a fighting chance.
Yeah.
In that moment, by sending them away from the place where the clue was, sending them on a wild goose chase, we actually got a chance to catch up and we didn't finish. We finished like 15 minutes after
15, that's it.
So Brooke almost shot herself in the foot there. In that
Could you imagine the look on her face if she would have seen us at the pit stop instead of, and the scientists would have been eliminated?
What I wouldn't give. One can dream.
But anyways,
the what ifs can go on forever and ever, and it's kind of fun to sit here and dream and think about it. But when all's said and done, Alli and I had a wonderful time.
We ran a hard race.
We ran a tough race. We did a lot of fun stuff.
We had fun doing it. It wasn't all competition.
We got our hands dirty. We met some amazing people, saw some incredible things. I got really drunk watching this episode.
Yeah. So anyways, we hope you've enjoyed us on The Amazing Race, and you can keep watching us here on YouTube.
Yep. Scene change. We ran out of light inside. Wrapping up, Alli and I had a great time, and we're gonna keep making videos here.
Kim and I are going to be answering all of your questions, so you should tweet them to us. If you want your question answered, tweet us at #KymandAlli.
Remember, our names are spelled funny, so pay attention.
I have the I and she's got the Y. It's
I mean,
totally
it's all
bass backwards.
To answer the last question that we keep saying we're gonna answer for everybody, are we a couple?